Hello and welcome to Monmouth in Focus, a program about the services and functions of Monmouth County government. I'm your host, Cynthia Scott, and today we are joined by freeholder Sue Kiley, who was recently elected to the Board of Chosen Freeholders. Thanks so much for joining us today.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Congratulations once again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Last time we spoke was at Reorganization Day with the Board of Chosen Freeholders, and it's only been a month, but how is everything going so far?
It's great. It's really great. I'm meeting a lot of new, very talented people, understanding the different departments that I'm going to be working with, and it's been a whirlwind of activity, and I'm loving every minute of it. Oh,
that's great. You sound very, very eager to get into the job, sink your teeth into it, get your feet wet, however you want to put it, right?
Exactly right. Exactly right. Yeah.
Now, Freeholder, let's talk a little bit about your experience. You come from the local level, Hazlitt, mayor, deputy mayor, so the local level, what do you expect to bring to the county level?
I think I wanted to tell you that this is the first time ever on the Freeholder board that everyone that's on the board has been a past mayor of their town.
Oh, wow. That is quite an accomplishment.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is. And my experience, obviously, is as the mayor, as the deputy mayor, and before that as a committee person. What that does for us, I think, is I say it helps us speak the language.
Yeah.
And what I mean is that we understand what the issues are at the municipal level. We know what they're dealing with on a day-to-day basis, so we get it. And then we can take that expertise to the county level and help all of the towns in the county.
And that really is so important when it comes to governing, especially county-wise. You know, you need that experience at the local level, just to, in a sense, reach out to the residents and know, like you said, what they're dealing with.
Exactly right. And you know, before I entered local government, I had a business career in healthcare. So moving into the county level and being responsible for health and human services is just such a natural fit. You combine that with my experience at the local level, and I'm very excited about what we can do together.
So you are liaison to the Department of Health and Human Services, and what other departments as well?
Health and Human Services is so many things. It's the Division of Mental Health, it's Division of Addiction Services, it's Division of Aging. It's the health department itself, which encompasses so much more than I realized until I started looking into it.
Such a huge department, I guess.
It really is. It really is. And there's lots and lots of opportunity. We just did a whole needs assessment, a human needs assessment in the county to understand exactly what it is that is needed by the citizens of the county. And from that, we're creating a program called Monmouth Acts. And it's all about identifying the things that are most important to our citizens, the greatest needs, and then being able to tailor a program to satisfy those needs. So I'm very excited about that. That's just starting, so I'm right at the ground level.
And this is basically anything. It could be health related or unrelated to health, correct? Anything that they're looking to discuss?
This was a human services evaluation. So you know, things that are typical to the health department, addiction services, mental health services, juvenile services, children's services, those were the primary focus.
Yeah, and you know, it's so interesting too. There are so many services available, but it's so important to get the message out, whether it be through this show or just marketing and networking in general.
True, absolutely. We just conducted, it's called New Jersey Counts. And it's an event that happens once a year where we evaluate our homeless population. And we invite homeless into various shelters across the county. We do a count. We also provide them with a lunch, and they get free clothing if they need it, and a health screening if they need it. But from that comes an assessment that helps us to get grant money to help the homeless in the county, and helps us understand what kind of a population we're dealing with.
Right, right.
So there's, like I said, there's a lot of great things happening, and it's just a matter of making sure people know about them.
That's great. So aside from the Human Services Department, you were also liaison to the Division of County Adjuster?
Yep, which also really falls into the same group of people.
Okay.
And I haven't delved into that yet. I've spent a lot of time with the Health Department and with Human Services. Been doing some site visits to the different organizations that we provide funding to understand what they do. I've visited with a suicide prevention group. I've visited with a children's group. you know, had recently had a big meeting with the Mental Health Advisory Committee so that I could really understand everything that's out there. There's so much going on that it takes a little bit of time to really absorb it all.
Yep, so important. And your background in health really just has got to be such a huge asset to this department.
Big help.
Yeah, absolutely. And how about some of the challenges that you expect to be faced with as freeholder?
I think, you know, the first most initial challenge is the obvious one, and that is really understanding all the different programs and services that the county offers. And then the second part of that is understanding what my role is going to be in supporting those departments and getting the word out and communicating what they do on a day-to-day basis. I'm so impressed with the people that we have working for us, the compassion they have, and their desire to really help the community.
Yeah, absolutely.
So getting that message out is going to be important.
Sure, absolutely. And your goals, aside from obviously the challenges, we can certainly be related to the goals as well.
Sure, sure. You know, every goal has to be measurable, it has to be a stretch, and you have to have a defined time on it. So I can't honestly say that I have that done yet.
No.
But I can say that my goal is to have a very positive impact on all of the departments I'm responsible for, to interact with them and supply the support that they need from a freeholder level.
Absolutely.
And they'll become much more defined as I understand a little bit more about the departments that I'm responsible for.
Yes. How long were you on the local level for, including committeewoman, deputy mayor, and mayor as well? How many years total?
Well, I started in 2014. And as I said, I've thoroughly enjoyed that. Before that, I had a 30-year career in healthcare.
Yeah.
So that's where I spent most of my time. But after Superstorm Sandy hit, my company was very gracious, let me take a lot of time off to be able to work in the local community. And that gave me the bug.
Wow, it's a great story.
It
did. Especially
and,
your community, which was hit so hard.
It was.
Yeah.
It really was. I tell people I was directing a children's choir at Holy Family at the time, and overnight, a lot of these kids were homeless.
Oh, wow.
So it really hit hard. You know,
Absolutely.
we were fortunate in my own home, but there were so many around us that were really suffering. So after I took the time off, it was really hard to go back to the corporate world because I loved interacting on the local level, and decided that my avenue to support our communities was going to be politics or public service.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that's when I ran for office.
Okay, wow, that sounds like you took the ball and ran with it.
Yeah, like I said, I've been very fortunate. I won my first election, and you know, have really embraced the local community service.
Well, it sounds like you made it about the people.
True.
You know?
True.
So really taking pride in your community and caring about those people goes a long way.
Yep, I totally agree with you. And that's, you know, that's my motivation. My motivation is to do whatever I can for my community, for my county. I didn't tell you this, I have 10 grandchildren. I have 5 children and 10 grandchildren.
I think a lot of them were at Organization Day, right?
That's right.
Almost.
Many of them were there. So, you know, I have kids and grandkids that are going to grow up in this county. And I don't want them to leave. I want them to enjoy the beautiful county that we have today for many, many years to come. And that means the right services, that means the right parks, you know, the best we can be in our county. And I'm thrilled to be able to contribute to that for them.
That's great. Best of luck to you in 2019 and beyond.
Great.
And
Thank
such
you.
A pleasure to speak with you here, and we will certainly have more conversations in the future.
Super. Thanks so much.
Thank you. And for more information, of course, you can go to www.visitmonmouth.com. I'm Cynthia Scott. Have a great day, everyone.